For this slot, we have Dr. Hamad Udhabi, Director, Abu Dhabi University, and Dr. Peter Verbert, Professor, Rice University, and he is also a senior member of IEEE with us. Thank you so much, Dr. Hamad Udhabi, for being here with us and accepting the invitation for the ICCIKE 2021. Dr. Hamad Udhabi is a director of Abu Dhabi University in Al Ain campus. He has over 2 decades of experience in academic and research leadership roles in higher education and technology in the United Kingdom and in the UAE. Before joining Abu Dhabi University in July 2019, Dr. Udhabi spent almost 16 years with the SCT in UAE. As Executive Dean of Computer Science and Applied Communication, he built a dynamic and collaborative team with department chairs and the faculty across 17 colleges. Student enrollment increased significantly, and 2 programs received international accreditation. In addition, he introduced a new sponsored BSc in archiving in collaboration with the Department of Research and Documentation of Abu Dhabi and initiated a Master of Information System Management. Dr. Udhabi earned an MSc in Computer Simulation Modeling and a PhD, Java Iconic Visual Environment for Simulation Modeling from Brunel University, UK. He has authored and co-authored many research papers in international journals and conferences on the education technology, education and training, and web-based education. It is difficult for us to complete the profile, to read out the complete profile of Dr. Udhabi, who has significant contribution into the academic administration and academic teaching. Sir, we all are waiting to listen from you.
Thank you very much. Just preparing my slides. Would like to really start by thanking.
Voice is not. I think we are not able.
You're not hearing me clearly.
No, now it is clear.
Is it clear now? Yeah.
Now it is clear, sir.
I can switch to another microphone if that is needed. Really, thank you for inviting me. Thank you to the organizing committee. Thank you to Amity University. It's a pleasure to be with you today. And special thanks to Dr. Anand, who kept calling me and following up, and beyond as well. So it's a pleasure to be with you today. I can see we have really good number of participations, and that's really good. So I will just share screen, and then we will go with the presentation. Just need. As you can see, I'm sitting somewhere on the beach, enjoying my time. No, I am in the office, but this is the good thing about those.
That looks very cool. That looks very awesome.
Yeah, these virtual things allow us to do things that we are maybe cannot do when we are face to face. Okay, I should be fine. Just switching to desktop to give you the full desktop. Okay, so today I'll talk about the role of computational intelligence in supporting student journey. We do lots of research on computational intelligence, and you are the expert, the people attending here. I can see you have so many papers in this conference. I went through them, both the registered one and also the technical one, which is really impressive. Shows the community is really active, and this conference is gaining attentions from every direction. So I did a little bit of analysis, just I put it in word cloud with some little bit of images, looking at the titles of those papers, the papers that are registered. These are the papers registered, looking at those keywords that appearing many times, which shows that people are more working on that area. I didn't get access to the abstract, otherwise you could have done it on the abstract. But looking at it, you can see learning is there, and that's very clear. Deep learning, machine learning, these are related to that one. COVID is there, and there's lots of things about COVID, and this is timely. to deal with COVID crisis and similar crises that might happen in the futures, and many things related to predictions and some application and tools of computational intelligence, the neural network, ISO somewhere there, and things like that. So these are the registered paper. This one are the technical papers, very similar in areas, in content, and focus. The COVID is little smaller and technical papers or discussions, but it's maybe bigger there, but the other topics are the same. So in this presentation, I'll make you a little bit busy. I'm not going to be just talking all the time. I'll be asking you to respond to me. So you will get now on your screen, you see this one. So what you need to do, you need to get your phone and scan the QR code by using your camera, or use this code, ahaslides.com/ICCIKEHO. And once you enter this one, you will join this slide. So you will have a question coming after this one to ask you to participate. I think I'm not the expert here. You are the expert. You are on the field, all of you. So I want to hear from you feedback on what we are working on, what we're presenting, and the areas that we would like to explore. So we will be using this one throughout the session. I want to see more because I can see that 66, so this number should go higher. Here, you can use your thumb or whatever you want to use. Let's see if we can get up to around, say, 30, out half of the participants. Now, if you leave your phone aside, this number will drop down because your phone will go on the sleeping mode. So this number will little bit get reduced, but your phone will still connected. As soon as you just open it, it will come back. I'll wait just for a few minutes, and then I'll move to the next one and get you to the question. Okay, so we're doing a lot of research on computational intelligence. Are we using it in higher education? I'm not saying here using it in terms of are we researching in it. We're researching in it, of course, but are we using it to improve our student experience, student journey, the operation of our campuses and institution, and where we can use it? Is there a way to make it more streamlined and work from one interface or one way like that? That's the question. So my question for you now, what is your level of satisfaction of how we apply really computational intelligence in our universities? You have a scale of 5 here, I guess, yeah, it's 5. And then you need to start moving that scale. You can see the first one just said we are at 1. This is good, we're moving a little bit. So that's the average is 2.3 so far. Now the average 2.5 of the people what they think we are doing. I just wait for you and see how many of you will do that. So far, it shows that still we need to do more to make really use of what we research on. Let's put our research in application to help us and help our stakeholders who are really the student and also the faculty and the administration and everyone, community, to make sure that really become bringing values and benefit to our organization. So according to the people who did that now, I think 13, 14, it's 2.8 out of 5, which still not what should be, I think. So wait for one more. It's not changing that much. I can see people coming. Okay, now it's good. At least we are 3 now, around 60% of that one. Still just a passing grade if you look at it from most of our grading systems. Okay, thank you for that. I'll just take you through a short video that we created at Abu Dhabi University to just try to visualize the student learning journey and the different components, and how we maybe can address those components to help the student when he or she goes through that journey, they will be able to get the best of it. I just need to make sure this is optimized for video. Yes, it is. Now,
welcome. My name is James. We will discuss the student learning journey. Do you remember when you started learning to drive? How many hours did it take you to learn driving? According to the Driving Standards Agency, DSA, we take around 44 hours of professional lessons to pass our driving test. What did motivate you to spend this time? I can hear you saying, "It is one of my objectives to learn how to drive and get a car." Having an objective and a desire to learn is the first and most important step in your learning journey. A positive attitude will motivate you to continue progressing in your journey. Make sure to select the program that meets your objective and your inspiration. Speak to the program coordinator. Ask question about jobs available, accreditation, facilities, resources, link with the industry, etc. The next step is to enroll in the program and register in the courses. Attend the orientation session. Make sure that you have all the answers that you need. You will be provided access to teaching content through our learning management system. This mode of learning is called asynchronous learning. You decide when you learn and how to learn. The learning content will include videos, virtual labs, simulation, discussion, and quizzes. The asynchronous learning is followed by a live class through video conference. This mode of learning is called synchronous learning. You be engaged in problem solving, discussion and reflection activities. When finished with live and scheduled video class, you need to go back to the learning management system, at your own time, to practice and enforce learning through labs, exercises, and tutorials. Make use of library resources, both in electronic format and print. Meet your academic advisor from time to discuss your progress and seek advice and support. Apply the knowledge that you learn to solve real-life problem. Start by simple problem, and increase the complexity as you go. Present your project to your faculty and classmates. Seek feedback on your progress, review the feedback and make adjustment where appropriate. Here is a summary of the high-level learning journey. But, why do we need to go through this learning journey? There are two reasons. The first reason is to create solutions for real-life problems. And the second reason is to create new knowledge. Being able to remember knowledge and fact help us in finding solutions. However, remembering without understanding has little value. Being able to understand knowledge will enable us to apply them to solve a real-life problem. Remembering, understanding and applying are considered as lower learning orders. They are an important part of your learning journey. However, they allow you to develop a solution, but not good enough to improve the solution and create new knowledge. You need to move your journey to higher learning orders. In the higher learning order, you need to analyze the solution that you developed and all its related assumptions and facts. Develop and apply an evaluation system and rubric, and then create new knowledge. I wish you every success in your learning journey.
okay. So this is basically the learning journey, which starts from deciding the goals of the student, how we can help them to decide what they want to achieve in their life, building the right attitude, selecting the program of study they want to study, doing the registrations, moving into orientation and other activities to get them on board, and then going through the two modes of learning that can happen. This in COVID-19, the synchronous will be happening through Microsoft Teams or other technologies of Zoom and all what we're using here. And in face-to-face, the normal scenario, it will be a face-to-face or a blended type of learning. Then they will apply their knowledge, going through the labs and activities they have to do. Then they will go through assessment of different form, projects, exams, and whatever. And they start building the cognitive learning and getting the support they need and life experience, and then exiting from that. You may say there are some different versions of this one. You could have injected some other things in this one, but this is generally the student go through those type of steps and activities while they're going to learning. How computational intelligence will help in all these steps or part of these steps, and what it can really do to help the student. I'll go to this next question. This is an open-ended question for you. I want to hear from you. How computational intelligence can support the student in his or her learning journey. And this is an open-ended. You can write anything you would like to write, and it will come on the screen. Take a few minutes or seconds to think, because we don't have that much time. Then we will go to the rest of the presentation. I want to see some of it coming on the screen. Go back to your phone, and there you write what you want to write. I can see some of you may be writing a very long one. There is a limit on how much you can write. Many of you are thinking about it. But how can really we use computational intelligence to really support student in his or her journey? Making judgment is yes, if multiple solutions are there, and that's one of it, choosing what course to do next semester, or even what program you want to go for, and the sequence of the program, the study plan, the enrollment registration, is all things they can decide. Also, they can decide of their career and what they want to study. I think it would make time required for the learning process shorter. Yeah, I think it should help with that, giving students different pathways and routes that they can go through with respect to prerequisite and all those different components, and based also on the student ability to progress and maybe move faster than other students who may be not able to do that. Making education global, that's a big subject. I need to hear from the person who said that. Maybe later we can discuss this. A continuous assessment of where the student, yes, stand in terms of meeting program learning outcomes or his goals or study plan and all those different steps, so that can help with that. Few more if you can get on that before I present to you our proposal, and we're looking for collaboration in that one as well. If you think you are interested, we can go to that. Any more? We have really good number participating. I'm getting only 5. We need to get more. By the way, this is part of the attendance. The organizer committee told me if people do not participate, they will not get a certificate. I'm just joking.
Dr. Hamad, 2 of the students, they have responded in the Zoom chat itself. I'm reading it out. One has written computer intelligence has various abilities.
Good.
One statement is computer intelligence has various abilities, and one more statement is written by one of them are hacking, and debugging can also be one of the different aspects of this.
Okay, I can see that, and that's good. Yeah, good. Okay, I think we're getting really good points. Network is with like mind is very good. Receive more personalized tutoring, and then ability to assess multiple solutions, which is similar to this one maybe, which there. This is good. Yeah, I think we will progress because we will run out of time if we wait. Okay. Good. Again, these are the things, the computational intelligence, as you all know, and this we need to learn from, learn specific tasks from data. We collect huge data from students. Look at data you have on the learning management system, data you have on student information systems with their grade and progressions and advising. We have activities that the student go through, and we have advising data. We have so much data. Can we get a system that learn from that one and start providing services and advices and support to the student without human interference, with some human support, but it can be more automated. And also, again, related to that one, analyzing this huge data when we want to decide on certain policy, or in our university, we can go to this data. Maybe this is more in data analytics, but again, computational intelligence can help with more advanced technique in fuzzy logic, neural network, and all the other things. So this generally are the three areas that we, in general, we can benefit, which the main focus of computational intelligence. Now we came with a proposal. We thought, why don't we use something that every student is using and every person now is using? We are all on WhatsApp. We are all on, can say, Telegram. Now we're getting there because of WhatsApp policy, Twitter, messengers, Facebook, and all those different components. What if we build a system like this, which able to provide those services to the student, and it has, using the same tools, you can connect through any of those tools. Then we build an agent on a dialogue flow. You can use Watson, you can use whatever it is, and this agent can handle the basic intent or basic conversations, chatting. But for more than that, where you need to look at student advising, student program selections, handling student at risk, and doing other things, then you need to come with something here that either use building a webhook or building a fulfillment library. And we built a webhook library here that handle things related to advising, related student registration. So if a student, for example, wanted to register for next semester, he will start on a chatbot and say, I want to register next semester. His phone ID and details are already connected. There's some verification that will go through third-party tools like Microsoft Authenticator and others. Once he's authenticated, then he will be presented by information about his progress and some pathways or that he or she need to take and decide on which one to go and things like that. And this done here by using the data we have on our system, which we have the learning management system. We have whatever is that learning management system, and we also have our student information system and the other tools like nowadays Office 365, collecting lots of data about student. In our university, all students are on Office 365, and I think in most universities nowadays. So there are documents and files and profiles and Teams chatting and other things here. And using Power Automate and other tools, we can build certain data there that can be connected again to the chatbot and be used to support the student in that journey. So in this area, this part is more maybe artificial intelligence part. Here, the computational intelligence will play more role into the library, and we're working on that one. And the people who are interested to look at this and research in it, we can link them with our team, and we'll start looking at that one. And these are the other services. So far, what we have, this is sort of a roadmap or just high-level components of that system. So we have, first one is the conversations, which can go through a normal conversation that student can do. It can help with some math problem solving. You just post an equation, it will go and provide you with some solution and or do some basic calculation, things like that. Some gaming that aims to use our question bank and others to get the student to play a game which more not like the other games you have. You can get a day view of what happening today, your scheduled activities, deadline, and stuff like that through conversation. Just you talking to the chatbot, and the chatbot will get you that one. And this one more about the academic record. If you want to get student progress, where he stands in terms of the study plan, we can go there, their attendance, their scheduling, and then there is a one tool here, take them through a journey of discovering what they should be studying if they are still not sure, they want to decide certain concentration or specialization. So the tool will ask them some questions, and based on their feedback, will provide them with different options. We have the component of macro learning. Again, the idea behind it here is to have a customized learning for every student and push the content to the student based on their progress, that we learn about it through their assessment, through their activities, through their things. So the content will be pushed on the WhatsApp. Student will get a video on his WhatsApp or whatever tool, will go through that video, then will be presented with certain activities or questions or scenarios that he need or she need to decide on what to do with that one. All this data captures and goes into the student record and do that. So lots of work need to be done in this one. Macro learning is maybe slowly now losing maybe momentum on other places, but it's also with the artificial intelligence, other things is getting there and becoming more useful. And we think it will add the value to the student by focusing on student learning. And the system will start learning. Student did a math video and did maybe an exercise on that one. He was not really good at certain sub-learning outcome there. So the system will know that one, will flag it on the dashboard. The faculty will notice this student need help with doing that. The faculty maybe can provide him with content, or maybe the system can look at other content being provided to other students and made some maybe progress in that and push it to that student. So it became more doing that. The academic advising is related to the study plan, degree audit. So the student goes into conversation like he's sitting with an advisor. I want to register in this course, I want to do this and that. And then the system will start presenting scenarios and situations that need to do with that. And the other services, it's just the first start. There are many things keep coming. There's so many research available related to fuzzy logic on mobile devices, fuzzy logic on system that help with academic advising, which is very useful, helpful. It will help with that, but still there are work need to be done, and we need to do more on that one in terms of modeling student journey, student experience, modeling student progress, evaluation of how the student is progressing, and evaluation of the other tools, career guidance. There are good work on the fuzzy logic in that side. On the neural network is mostly related to predictions of student results. The work we found, I'm sure there are others, maybe we will not aware of them. We'll see what we can do, but so far it's related to the prediction of student results, selection of the courses, forecasting and enrollment growth, classification of performance of student, and career strands that the student can go through. These are the two things you find here. There are other on the learning theory and others that we still exploring. I'm sure for your expertise, maybe you want to contribute any of this to help us get into what we want to achieve together. This is again more details about the macro learning, which similar to just what I said. It's trying to push content to the student and get the student engaged in that one. There's one tool we're working on now is evaluating the student day. So at the day, you get a message before going to sleep. This was your day. We noticed you met X, you met Y, you did this, you submitted that, and you were doing more here, you're doing less there, and try to advise them on that area. And that's still in the early development side, and related to other things outside the formal learning, where the thing related to personal growth, related to social interactions, and related to other things. We still didn't do enough on that one, but that's area that maybe we want to explore. Okay, so academic record, similar to that one. This is mostly with our system. The academic record is just you get your normal things which you get from any other system. It doesn't have that much things, but academic advising has really a more work need to be done, and work being in progress there. So we have looking at making sure the students stay focused and stay on track. And that's the main objective here, is just want a student to graduate on time and being successful, do not lose momentum, do not lose interest or start feeling disappointed of his progress. So the system will keep tracking that progress. That's what we want to achieve. We're not there yet, but that's what we're working on. The degree audit is a more a matrix of courses, as you know, and here neural network can help of helping students go through those different pathways. To physiology can help mostly. They're going through all those pathways and things they can do to make sure they will graduate on time, they will achieve what they want to achieve. And if someone failed, a student failed in one block, what are the things need to be done to put him back? And also some reductions of student grade. If I have a GPA of less than 2 now, and I'm doing X and Y, Z, so what are the different options for me? Some of it is just basic calculation with different options, but some of it is more detailed, like looking at the learning outcome and the student previous learning experience and the areas that he or she need to be focusing on it more. It's a big project which will take us really time to achieve all what we want to achieve. We have the building blocks already in place, but we need to start working more on that one. The pre-registration, again, the student can do before starting the semester. While he is in the first semester, he can do pre-registration for the second semester. And that pre-registration will keep updating the student of any changes he need to make based on his progress during the semester. Okay. So these are the things related to academic advising. A booking we already have in place where students through the chat can book a meeting with the faculty or with advisors, and these are simple AI chatbots functionalities that are available there, but it reads directly from all our Office 365, student faculty calendars, schedule, all the details to make sure that the student is presented with options that the faculty or the advisor and others can handle it because of their current and active schedule. I'm getting closer to the end. The conversation, there's so many conversations going around, and we keep building those conversations with the student. We want to make it a fun. We can make it something that student can go and have a joke with. We don't want it just to replace human. That's the other thing. So we need to find a way to link it. So the chatbot will sometimes allow student to speak directly to the employee if there's something cannot be answers, and hand over to others, and also help with having fun and conversations and playing some games and saying some jokes, which can help sometimes the person to stay active. Other areas that can be supported. There are so many things. We spoke about the student journey, but there are other areas. We already spoke about it. This program, continuous improvement and accreditation. This is an area that we spend really a hell of time, all of us, creating processes and mechanisms and collecting data, analyzing data, creating action plans and doing action plans and making sure, reflecting on it. So many of those things can be added there and can be helped using the data we have and help us to decide on new policies, on new processes, on collecting and acting on our data. So that's one. Faculty recruitment, development, and retentions, similar to the student will need to go through development through the courses and through the formal program. Faculty goes through that through professional development activities that they need to do, and a system of like this will help the faculty to develop and go through that, and also it can provide help for recruitment, external recruitment, people who want to join us, and they can go through certain conversation interview through the system, and their data and some snapshot of or sentiment is being created about that interview, and that can maybe speed up the process for the next step in our recruitment activities, which we will go through. Campus operations, things we have in budgeting. All institutions, they have to be careful with their budget, and they need to keep developing it and monitoring it based on a different scenario of enrollment next year, situation happening now, and all those things. So computational intelligence should be able to support us with this one, and we need help in that area. And the other things we do, our maintenance of the buildings, and that's we need to do, the other services, the IT, or many things. These are campus operation things that we can put computational intelligence. We tend to be as administrator, when we go to our operation as administrator, we just ignore all those research and activities going by our faculty, and we start operating things on the way we used to do it. And I think if we get some sort of computational intelligence, data analytics, and all those things to help us, and I'm sure the many institutions do that, but they do it maybe at a level that not good enough in my opinion now. Community engagement. We work with community. For us here in Abu Dhabi University, we have so many activities and work for community. We run so many workshops, and we have so many meetings and research and other activities, which we need to capture and get the data. We learn from that data and find a way to help us with that. That's other things maybe we can do. Now, given all, I'm talking for a long time. I said to you I will not be talking too much, but I did. That's always us in academia. So now I have a question for you. What are the missing areas or components in this solution which we're proposing, and that will require a research to help with student advising, for macro learning, and need development as well? What are the things that we missed here that are important, critical to do? Of course, IT, other IT things, security, infrastructures, and processes, and all those things has to be done. That's an IT project. We look at it, but from from terms of those services we're providing to our student, faculty, and others. What are the areas that we need to spend more time on researching and bringing, because they will add additional value to student journey. Now I can see some of you, their phone went into the sleep mode. Bring it back. In fact, you can do the same thing on your computer. You don't have to use phone. If you are open another browsers, you can do that. Yeah, I expected privacy is one of the things. Yeah, that's right. This is an issue that everywhere need to be addressed.
Dr. Hamad, can I add something here?
Yes, please do. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Basically,
please.
when I was, it's a very nice framework actually, to getting involved all the stakeholders into this bigger framework, and where we can capture from the micro learning up to all the dimensions of learning. But in the last 1 year, we have seen the kind of involvement of the digital technologies. Of course, that was the positive side, but it is my opinion only. We also need to find out certain ways where we can engage the student with a more physical activity. No, maybe sports is a bigger area to talk about, but certain activity where they are more physically involved. Because what happened in the last 1 year, their screen time is got so much, they are too much into the machines, they are too much into the gadgets. It also has some longer impact on their own different kind of development. So if this particular dimension could be addressed somewhere into the bigger framework, I think that can also have a very good impact on the mental wellness of the student, and I guess.
Yeah, thank you very much. I completely agree with that one. I think the COVID-19 pushed the agenda of digital transformation, digital work, digital whatever you want to call it. But also we lost the human touch. We still be able to talk on this system, but it's completely different. For me, when I started the first maybe 2-3 months working just from home, I felt sick. I was not able to do it. Now I have at least the chance to come. So a mood of a hybrid and bringing human touch and human interactions and face-to-face is essential. I think that this is the future. I think will not be completely digital, will not be completely face-to-face. The hybrid will be there. I'm not sure how the system can do that, but the system can help organizing those social face-to-face events and connecting people with similar interests, maybe, or student. This what people usually do on the social media, but with maybe you have more data about student within that organization, that maybe you can have a link there to do. Like, for example, if there is a student is really excellent in math and we find another student through the system, he is really struggling with the math. Maybe the system can recommend to the person who is really good in the math to offer a service to the student who need help, or the other way around, without breaking the privacy. We need to be careful with that one. So we don't need everybody to know the weakness of everyone, or we want them to know the strength, but we don't want them to know the weakness. So we need to think carefully about it there and see what are the angles that we can use. But I fully agree with your point. It's very important. I see one
Dr.
on the
Hamad,
chat here.
Dr. Hamad,
please,
Anand here. Anand here.
Anand,
how are you? No,
very good.
Good.
Let me stop sharing.
Yeah, good. Just a quick thing. I think one of the things that I was just wondering, see, when a student performs well or not, the performance is tied to their economic background, their affordability. It also depends on where they grew up. And also it depends on, for example, for many students, English is not the first language. And some of these things affect the performance in terms of grades in technical subjects. So I maybe you have referred to it, but I do not recall seeing in your presentation. But these are some other elements which kind of impact the students' ability to perform. which is beyond the grades and the CGPA or anything else.
Yeah, I agree, Dr. Anand. This is a very good point. I didn't mention it. I didn't even consider it yet, but I think it's something that we should be considering. I agree with you. Students, maybe they cannot perform because of their home. Like with this COVID-19, you have 5 children in home and they're all online. And the mother is also online and the father is online, and becomes a very complicated issue. Some of them, they cannot afford having these technologies in place to do that, or maybe they're working while they are studying. And there's so many of these dynamics that can help. And you are on mute, Dr. Anand, if you are talking.
No, sure. And I agree with you. Yeah, you're right. I agree with you.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I'm done with my presentation. I took 1 more minute extra. Sorry for that, but that's, thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity.
I think there was one question which was posted on the chat box. Somebody was asking, and the question was when the framework is getting ready. The framework which you have presented, somebody was asking when the framework is getting ready and how and when this framework can be functional. Yeah,
we are in the final stage on the framework, and we have some pilot and demos that we're working on it. We put it in practice for a smaller group. It's there, and we will be sharing it hopefully in the near future.
It was one of the questions of one of the members who joined in. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
you, Dr. Anand, for joining and for your time.
Sure.
I just need to go because I have another meeting. So my apologies.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
But really, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hamid. You accepted our invitation. I know you're, as a director, and you're handling 3 or 4 campuses. So but thank you so much. Appreciate it.
It's my pleasure.
And I have always been thrilled with you because you're such a senior administrator and your administrative responsibilities are so great, but you have always, the many years I've known you, you have always been so technical. I'm amazed at the combination.
Same thing. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Dear all, thank you so much for joining. The next keynote session is scheduled 2:15 as per the GST time, Gulf Standard Time. 2:15, the next keynote will start here on the same channel, the same link. We hope to join you back on the same link. Thank you so much.